Everybody, it's me from Skeletorama again. Welcome back to my channel, Kimahasha. So we are back for the second part of our sculpture of our wax phantom. So hope you enjoy. I've conditioned some more clay. I don't think I need to roll that out just yet because I want to go ahead and get at least the feet on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of clay here. Let's see, maybe a little bit more than that. And I'm going to roll it into like a log sort of shape here. Not a very good one, apparently. And I'm going to cut it in half. Because basically I want to make sure I'm doing both feet the same size, right? And so go ahead and get this into a ball. And this. Okay, so they're about the same size. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of squish them out like so. So I want to at least start off with them the same size. And they're going to sit here, and then I'm just going to blend them in. Go ahead and pick it up for the bottom part of it. But I'm going to blend this part in here to the foot. And I'll probably have to build up, little pieces here and there, because obviously I'm probably not going to guess the right, foot amount on the very first try. I don't see me doing that. But we'll at least get this clay nice and blended together. Didn't do a very good job there. And it's kind of hard when you have long nails too, because I keep going by and scraping stuff. And I know that's what these tools are for, but I'm not very proficient at using them yet. So I end up like, and I'm probably not using the right one, I'm guessing is why. But, I end up kind of, instead of blending stuff in, I end up gouging it more, It looks worse when I use those since I don't know what I'm doing. Which I'm probably going to have to figure out what I'm doing pretty damn quick, though, because I will need to use those tools here in just a moment when I do the toes, because that'll be fun. All right, so get these more or less in the right shape. Of course, you want your big toe bigger than your smaller toes. Those feet are kind of flat, like super flat actually. Okay, so big toe area will be sticking out bigger than the smaller toes. So again, here's what his feet look like. So I might have a shot. And he does have 5 toes. Damn, I was kind of hoping he'd have 4, like a Simpsons character or something. Oh well. 5 it is then. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut big toe. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Okay, let's see if I can replicate that. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. And then what I've seen people do is take that and kind of spread these out and sort of round each one separately. I don't know if I can pull that off. I don't know, we'll see. See if I can't kind of round that, make it look a little more like a toe instead of a, hey, somebody just cut a piece of this. Kind of round those out a bit. And then I can push them back together. And they don't have to be perfect, but at least the toes will be not square. That's kind of what I'm going for here. We'll see how I do. It's not doing too horrible. Could be worse. Okay, so there's 1. I'm calling that done because if I touch it anymore, I'm going to ruin it. And do the same on this one. And his feet do really look kind of that big. I mean, this is a little too much. It's like he's got elephantitis or something. All right. Kind of squish these down a bit. That's as good as that's gonna get. Oh, God knows. Okay, so do the same sort of thing. I'm gonna take some clay. I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna cut it in half and do a couple round balls and do the kneecaps. Because his kneecaps are very melty. That's really the only way I can describe them. See how they're kind of melty down that way. So first we're going to start with the kneecap itself. I'm just going to kind of push that onto there. Same with this one. Push it onto here. And then kind of smooth that out. Take a little bit and make wormy dealies, as Adam says, to go under there to kind of be that second, because the knees have sort of like a second fold of melty looking business. It's a technical term, melty looking business. See, this I can make. This is literally all I can make. Okay, well, sort of working, kind of. I think part of it was just I got kind of pissed and just started using the tool a little more aggressively, and it seemed to work a lot better that way. Go figure. So, okay, so there's the melty knees. I think we're done with that. So he needs some pecs here because he's looking a little kind of off kilter. So I think I'm gonna need some more of this, but we'll start with this and then we'll see where we get. So, do the same sort of thing here. We're just going to add some big old pecs to him because he's been working out. Or he's wearing a coconut bra and I haven't painted it yet. It's one of those. Matches what he's got going on over here a little bit, but I am going to put some more because it looks like he's got that and then a six-pack, and I'm pretty sure that's not the case. So I think we'll do some of these kind of wormy dealies that can be sort of drips, some more melting wax. So the worst part of doing this is conditioning the clay. I'm gonna have arthritis by the time I'm done with this. All right, so I'm gonna do some more wormy dealies because now he's not looking so much like he's got the six-pack anymore, so we can kind of build up a little bit more of this because he's a little too thin right now to have those kind of legs and stuff. So I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so it's a little better. He's getting there. So I'm probably gonna do the same sort of thing to his back, just because he clearly needs some kind of balance to that. His back's looking a little weird, so yeah, these are working a little bit better, but again, I am no whiz with this. So let's do that back, and I'm gonna do kind of a trapezoid shape. Go figure, because that's what's back there. So now we're just going to do little delts for him, and I think I will call it good at that one, hopefully. Okay, I had to get some more clay, and this is bugging the hell out of me because this arm is just slightly longer than that arm. So I think I'm going to go ahead and extend this arm a little bit here. Before we do the hands, because the hands are coming up pretty soon. So let's at least get these somewhat even. That's better. That's a lot better because that was looking kind of ridiculous. which I'm sure has to do with the way that I did the armature and the foil and all that stuff. It's fine. All right. There we go. So now let's go ahead and try the hands, shall we? So we're going to need fairly good size. This is for 2, this is not for 1. That would be ridiculous. Okay, so cut that in half and squish this down into a ball here. Make sure we got same size hands. Okay, and we do roughly. So I'm going to go ahead and make like paddle shapes. I'm going to make like another paddle shape, like so. You know, just like with the feet, I want them to be very similar. And I'm going to do the same sort of a thing. I'm going to cut here, and I'm doing 4 because we'll put the thumb on separately. Because again, this is how Adam does it, and his always come out really good. Of course, he has a ton of skill and practice and all this, but I've watched him do hands this way a bunch of times, and he just kind of takes them and spins the fingers around like this, and then kind of smushes them back. And let's see if I can't do this without it looking like there's weird noodle fingers, but I think once I get this kind of like that, then we can get this back. Line here. And he does, you know, like the knuckles and all this kind of stuff. I don't think this particular one needs that, nor does he need fingers quite this long. So we'll kind of make some knuckles sort of on accident here as we're blending these fingers back together. I'm not gonna, you know, worry too much about, I'm not gonna put nails on because these are made out of wax, supposedly, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of make these a little bit thinner. It takes them off because even though they're, you know, comically oversized, haha. I mean, look how huge those hands are. They're bigger than his head. I don't want them to be too big, right? So just kind of squish some of this down, take a little bit of this off. Because then we can take this, and I think if I cut this in half, and do each one into like a sausage sort of thing. And I can put this on here as some, actually, let's do it this way. Okay, and then we're going to press this on here, and then I'm going to kind of work this on this. Then I'll kind of refine fingers and stuff. Not really, but at least make them look not quite so crazy. Oh, it looks better when you kind of curl them around. Can't see how jacked up they are. Okay, there's one. And let's see. We'll cut this in half because I just stole from that one to add to the palm on there because the palm was kind of messed up. See, oh, let's give him a fist because then you can't see how crappy the underhand side of the hand looks. That idea just came to me. Okay. So we're going to do the same sort of a thing here. I'm going to start blending this onto here. pick this up so I can see underneath, because see, there's extra space I need to account for underneath. Okay, now he looks like he's posing. I don't care. Okay, good enough. It's just like there's hands, there's 5 digits there. I mean, I really can't ask for more than that at this point. That was my skill that I don't have. We still have to make his head. That ought to be good. That's about as good as I can get right now. I'm going to have to go through and smooth all this stuff like way down, but for now he's got hands now, and now he just needs a head. So I think for that I'm going to use foil, and then we'll wrap the foil just so it doesn't take as much. And I don't want to have, you know, since the head will be way, way thick when it's baking in there, I don't want it to cause any problems. All right, so his head's kind of skinny. So about like that, maybe a little bit more. His head is really small compared to the rest of his body. You can see from the picture. So I'm going to do it like this. And then I'm going to add like a bunch of neck folds and stuff, you know, once I screw his face up. So I'm going to put this stuff together and I'll roll this out and cover that piece, and then we'll see how this goes. So this is probably the best side for the face, and he's going to have his head's going to be right about there. So let's do kind of in reverse. Let's do the eyebrow kind of stuff that he's got going on first, and then I'll worry about where the eyes go, because I don't want to decide on the eyes and then spend the rest of the time kind of trying to fix whatever I screwed up on his eyes. So I have a lot of faith in myself, can you tell? So now I take the ball stylus and kind of figure out a spot for the eyes. The nice thing is the eyes are just kind of, you know, sunken in there. That one's a little too big. Smaller one. Let's use this one. Actually, I'll use this one because I can kind of contour it out a little bit better. You just got like really deep, sort of sunken in eyes. You don't want to do them too deep, and they kind of go out a little bit that way, so got sort of a, I want to do that. Let's do the nose kind of thing here next. This is the part I am not good at all at, but a lot of people aren't, so it's okay. You know, I'm doing this for fun. I'm not earning a living doing it, in which case I'd be fired very quickly, but okay, so it's gonna go up kind of like a skeleton nose, sort of, in a way. So we'll have it kind of do that. And then he's got a mouth here. what their deal is with having them have really weird mouths, but they do. So it's also got kind of like jowls going on. Okay, so that looks a lot more terrifying than it probably should. Yeah, the face thing is really difficult. So he just looks, I mean, I don't have the right tools really to do this. Here, let's do his mouth like that. That'll work. Actually, it did work a little bit. Scary. Okay, that's the best I can do. We're just gonna make his eyes kind of darker, you know, and his mouth darker. I'm not gonna try to pretend it's an actual mouth or anything. So now I'm gonna set his head right there. I'm gonna go ahead and move all these tools, none of which I really know what to do with. Put you there. And I'm going to roll out some wormy dealies and get ready to put the head on, because these are going to go around the neck, because he's got a lot of, like, you know, rolls of fat kind of stuff holding his neck on. So we're going to use that to help hold his head on. They don't have to be terribly even, because these aren't even, because he's supposed to be made out of melting wax. So I do have this piece here, so I'm just going to kind of put his head here, have him sort of looking down. Looks like freaking King Kong, whatever. Okay. And I'm not a sculptor. I warned y'all. Okay, so I'm going to put like one of these around there. See if I can't blend that in. That's probably as good as I'm gonna get. The face looks ridiculous, but I mean, it does in the cartoon too. It's just really hard to do this when you don't A, really know what the hell you're doing, B, do not have the correct tools. I'm sure I don't. And I'm sure since I have the, you know, cheap version of them, it's not like if I had better tools, all of a sudden I know what I was doing, but it would be a little easier, right? So I think I'm going to stop with this, and we are going to count on just the glow part helping, because I want to stop before it's kind of starting to look like The Thing or something. He's a little too, I don't know, too big. But Shimarahai, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, that's about as good as I'm going to get. I'm actually surprised it looks even this decent, you know, honestly, because this is not my forte, but we'll see, and then we'll see how it looks in the house. And I'm hoping the glowing part will look cooler than the rest of it. So I'm gonna go put this abomination in the oven and get that curing in there. Obsess on all the little bits that I see sticking up or whatever. I can sand it too if I want to. Actually, I can sand it down a little smaller if I want to, but I think that would mess it up worse. So anyways, I'm going to go do that, and I will be back with you guys when this is done, and we'll see kind of where we're at. Okay, so our wax phantom is off to the oven to be baked, so we will come back and we will do all the painting and the good stuff. So it should be a lot of fun. So see you then. Give me a mischief. Bye.